All right, folks, Brian here and welcome. Today, we're not just talking about your average holiday destinations. No, we're diving headfirst into the world's most extreme, most challenging, and frankly, most dangerous tourist spots. These are places that will test your limits, push your courage to the brink, and demand every ounce of your resilience. We're talking about locations where the raw, untamed power of nature, or the unpredictable nature of human conflict, dictates the terms. The thrill of visiting these sites is undeniable, an adrenaline rush that few experiences can match, but it comes with a hefty price, a constant dance with danger. These aren't your postcard-perfect, relaxing getaways. These are brutal, unforgiving environments that can turn on you in an instant. Think scorching deserts that can suck the life out of you, towering peaks that steal your breath, ancient cities teetering on the edge of modern-day turmoil, and frozen wastes where survival itself is a monumental achievement. This journey is absolutely not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who understand the risks, respect the power they're up against, and are prepared to face the consequences if things go south. So, if you've got that adventurous spirit, that fire in your belly that craves the extraordinary, then buckle up. We're about to explore 5 destinations that redefine the meaning of extreme tourism. We'll look at the unique dangers each one presents, the kind of mindset you'll need to even consider them, and the harsh realities that await those who dare to tread these perilous paths. This is where the ultimate adventure meets the ultimate challenge. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading to North America, to a place with a name that tells you everything you need to know, Death Valley. This isn't just a catchy title, folks. It's a stark warning. Located in the Mojave Desert, it's one of the hottest, driest, and lowest places on Earth. Imagine temperatures soaring well above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 49 Celsius day after day. The sun here isn't just warm, it's a relentless baking force that can drain you of fluids and energy faster than you can imagine. Dehydration and heat stroke aren't just possibilities, they are constant lurking threats. You need to be carrying liters upon liters of water, and even then your body will be screaming for more. The landscape itself is brutally beautiful, vast salt flats, towering sand dunes and rugged canyons, but it offers little in the way of shelter or respite, and it's not just the heat you've got to contend with. This is a wild, untamed place. Think rattlesnakes, scorpions, black widow spiders. Creatures perfectly adapted to this harsh environment, and they don't take kindly to intruders. A wrong step, a moment of carelessness, and you could be facing a venomous bite miles from any medical help. Flash floods, though rare in such an arid place, can be devastating when they do occur, turning dry riverbeds into raging torrents with terrifying speed. You've got to be constantly aware of your surroundings, reading the signs the land gives you, knowing when to push on and, more importantly, when to seek shelter or turn back. This place demands respect, and it will punish arrogance severely. Survival here means meticulous planning. You need the right gear, reliable communication, and a deep understanding of how to manage your body's resources in extreme heat. Vehicle breakdowns are a common nightmare, leaving people stranded in a furnace with dwindling supplies. Nightfall brings some relief from the heat, but then you're navigating in darkness, and the desert's other inhabitants become more active. Death Valley is a true test of endurance, a place that will strip you down to your core and show you what you're really made of. It's beautiful, yes, but it's a beauty that bites back hard. Next, we journey to the roof of the world Mount Everest in Nepal. This colossal peak, standing over 29,000 feet, is the ultimate ambition for many climbers, but it's also one of the deadliest places on the planet. The sheer altitude is a killer. Above 8,000 meters, you enter what's chillingly known as the death zone. Here, the oxygen levels are so low that your body simply cannot acclimatize. It's slowly, inexorably dying. Every movement is an immense effort. Your brain fogs, your judgment is impaired, and the risk of high-altitude cerebral edema or high-altitude pulmonary edema, fluid in the brain or lungs, becomes terrifyingly real. These conditions can incapacitate and kill you within hours if you don't descend immediately. Then there's the terrain itself. We're talking about treacherous ice falls, like the Khumbu, a constantly shifting maze of seracs and crevasses, where a wrong step can send you plummeting into an icy abyss. Avalanches are a constant threat, huge slabs of snow and ice thundering down the mountainside with little or no warning, capable of obliterating entire expeditions. The weather is notoriously fickle and brutal. Blizzards can blow in with terrifying speed, bringing whiteout conditions, hurricane-force winds, and temperatures that can drop to -60 degrees Celsius. Frostbite is a severe risk, capable of claiming fingers, toes, and even limbs in minutes. Reaching the summit of Everest is an incredible feat, a testament to human endurance and determination. But it comes at an enormous cost. The mountain is littered with the bodies of those who didn't make it back. A grim reminder of the stakes involved. Rescue operations are incredibly difficult, often impossible at such extreme altitudes. You are largely on your own, relying on your training, your team, and a healthy dose of luck. It's a place that demands absolute physical and mental fortitude, where every decision can be the difference between life and death. The majesty of Everest is undeniable, but its dangers are equally profound. Chapter 3. From the icy heights of Everest, we travel to the Andes Mountains in Peru to the mystical ancient city of Machu Picchu. Now, compared to Everest, you might think this is a walk in the park, but don't be fooled. While not as extreme in terms of immediate lethality, Machu Picchu presents its own unique set of challenges, primarily due to its lofty perch at nearly 8,000 feet above sea level. For many tourists arriving from lower elevations, especially sea level, this altitude can hit you like a ton of bricks. Altitude sickness, or soroche as it's known locally, is a very real and debilitating concern. Symptoms can range from headaches and nausea to dizziness, fatigue, and shortness of breath, turning what should be a magical experience into a miserable ordeal. The journey to Machu Picchu itself can be demanding. Whether you're hiking the classic Inca trail over several days, which involves crossing high passes well over 13,000 feet, or even just navigating the steep steps and uneven terrain within the citadel itself, the thin air makes everything feel 10 times harder. Your lungs will be working overtime, your heart will be pounding, and even simple exertion can leave you gasping. For those with pre-existing heart or respiratory conditions, these risks are magnified significantly. It's crucial to acclimatize properly, taking it slow for the first few days at altitude, staying well hydrated, and avoiding alcohol and heavy meals. The ancient Incas knew this land, they were adapted to it, but we as visitors must respect its demands. Beyond altitude sickness, the remote location and rugged terrain mean that if you do have a medical emergency or suffer an injury like a twisted ankle on those ancient stones, evacuation can be complicated and time-consuming. The weather can also be unpredictable in the Andes, with sudden rain showers making paths slippery and visibility poor. While Machu Picchu offers breathtaking views and a profound connection to a lost civilization, underestimating the physiological impact of its altitude or the physical demands of exploring it can quickly lead to trouble. It's a reminder that even in places of immense beauty and historical significance, nature always has the upper hand if you're not prepared. Chapter 4. Our next destination takes us into a very different kind of danger zone. Syria. This isn't about battling the elements. This is about navigating a landscape scarred by years of devastating conflict and ongoing political instability. Traveling to Syria as a tourist right now is, to put it mildly, an exceptionally high-risk endeavor. While some limited, heavily controlled tours to certain areas might be technically possible, the country remains a volatile and unpredictable environment. The threat of sporadic violence, unexploded ordnance, and the presence of various armed groups means that your safety can never be guaranteed, no matter how carefully you plan or who you are with. This is a place where the rules can change in an instant. The infrastructure in many parts of the country has been decimated, access to reliable medical care, communication, and even basic necessities can be severely limited or non-existent, especially outside of government-controlled areas. Consular assistance from your home country is likely to be extremely restricted, if available at all. You are, in essence, on your own, in a place where the rule of law can be fragile and where misunderstandings or being in the wrong place at the wrong time can have catastrophic consequences. The psychological toll of being in a recent conflict zone, witnessing the destruction and the human suffering, is also something that cannot be underestimated. It's a heavy burden to carry. While Syria boasts an incredibly rich history and ancient sites of immense cultural significance like Palmyra or Aleppo, Many of these have been damaged or are in areas that remain unsafe. The desire to witness these places, to understand the history, is understandable, but it must be weighed against the stark realities on the ground. This isn't adventure tourism in the traditional sense, it's stepping into a geopolitical tinderbox. Any consideration of a visit requires an almost unimaginable level of risk assessment, local intelligence, and a profound understanding of the ever-shifting dangers. For most, the risks far outweigh any potential reward. Chapter 5. Finally, we venture to the most remote, inhospitable continent on Earth, Antarctica. This vast frozen desert is a land of breathtaking alien beauty, colossal icebergs, endless white plains, and unique wildlife, but it's also one of the most extreme and isolated environments imaginable. The primary danger here isn't just one thing, it's a combination of factors, starting with the sheer crushing cold. Temperatures can plummet to unimaginable lows, and with the ever-present wind chill, frostbite, and hypothermia, are relentless adversaries. Proper clothing isn't just a recommendation, it's a lifeline. One exposed patch of skin, one failure in your gear, can lead to serious injury in minutes. Then there's the isolation. You are thousands of miles from civilization as you know it. If something goes wrong, a medical emergency, an accident on the ice, a ship encountering trouble, help is a very, very long way away. Evacuation is incredibly complex, hugely expensive, and entirely dependent on weather conditions, which can change in an instant, grounding flights or making sea passage impossible for days or even weeks. You're relying on the expertise of your expedition crew and the limited medical facilities they might have on board. There are no local hospitals, no quick response emergency services. You are truly at the mercy of the continent and the preparedness of your team. The environment itself is dynamic and dangerous. Crevasses hidden beneath snow bridges can swallow a person or a vehicle whole. Sea ice can break up unexpectedly. Sudden violent storms called katabatic winds can sweep down from the polar plateau with hurricane force, creating whiteout conditions and making any movement outside suicidal. Even the wildlife, while incredible to observe, needs to be treated with respect and distance. Antarctica is not a place for the unprepared or the complacent. It demands meticulous planning, specialized equipment, experienced guides, and a profound respect for its raw, untamed power. It's the ultimate wilderness, and it offers no second chances. So there you have it, 5 of the world's riskiest tourist spots. From the searing heat of Death Valley to the oxygen-starved peaks of Everest, the ancient altitudes of Machu Picchu, the volatile landscapes of Syria, and the frozen desolation of Antarctica. Each one presents a unique cocktail of dangers, a profound challenge to human resilience and preparedness. The allure of these places is undeniable. They call to that part of us that seeks adventure, that wants to push boundaries and witness the raw, untamed aspects of our world. But as we've seen, that allure comes with a very real, very serious price tag. Visiting these destinations isn't just about booking a ticket and packing a bag. It requires deep introspection, honest self-assessment, and a meticulous weighing of the risks versus the rewards. Are you truly prepared physically and mentally? Do you have the right training, the right equipment, the right support? Have you thoroughly researched the current conditions and understood the potential for things to go catastrophically wrong? These are questions you must ask yourself and answer with brutal honesty. Ultimately, while the spirit of adventure is something to be celebrated, safety must always come first. No summit, no photograph, no story is worth your life or the lives of those who might have to risk themselves to save you. So dream big, explore if you must, but do it wisely. Understand the environment, respect its power, prepare for the worst, and always have a backup plan. The world is full of incredible, challenging places, but the greatest adventure is often the one you walk away from, ready to explore another day. Stay safe out there.